I know this is going to be very hard, but we're back in Project Trackday as we're heading on to Fuji International Speedway. But looks like it is my time that we're going to be making to this fast. If I try to say, this is absolutely going to be taking for a very hard, we're going to be remade about this video in about for fastest lap times in Monza and around for Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. And inside of the Fuji International Speedway, we'll be taking around for LMP prototype cars as well. I'm sure there will still exist in this game because of it absolutely back in those years ago, because that fell in love with this one. So I absolutely going to be using for Toyota TS040 first, because more faster cars are extremely wild as well. So unfortunately we're not able to use some kind of one-on-board cockpit view inbound from this vehicle inside of this vehicle. So it looks like we're going to be taking for about lap times ago, as before we made on a fastest for just a little bit for this time. I might not going to be able to get sure that these things are just not going to be doing quite as just well. I think we're just going to be using inside of the onboard view side of their face as well. So it looks like we're going to be taking around for this one. Looks like the first sector is absolutely pretty such as going to be good. Now it looks like we're just going to be taking it a little bit close, but more lap times should be able to get around for this next. Oh, we just absolutely overshot for 2 seconds, for 3 seconds penalty. I'm not pretty good at this one, and I'm not sure that you recommended that you're going to be going around by using chase cam, and it's too bright out there, and it's absolutely going to be taking all over the display. And we're taking a little bit for amount of second gear, but looks like there is no effective to penalties. Good, so there is no effective to penalties, so really good. So I'm just going to be taking around for third gear. Now I'm pretty not sure if I'm just going to be not hearing so wisely. This is as well. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit close into second gear. Looks like we're going to be using to perform a hybrid boost. And looks like we just absolutely made a little bit for going up here as well. And looks like we're going to be blast around to 200 miles an hour and made to this straight into 221 and blast all the way around here. And that's going to be slowing down against a little bit for a very first time. And it's going to be taking a little bit hurt for only one thing. And this is one purpose that I am absolutely going to be trying to see one. And we're going to be completely using around hybrid controls. That should might able to take for a fast lap. 3 seconds behind. We're going to be making things into a proper fastest lap race. And this is going to be taken for Audi versus Porsche as well. So we're going to be taking for all the way inside down and blasting all the way down into this one. As look to it, we're just going to be taking a little bit slow, but well. Hitting to our second gear. No penalty counted as well, as blasted already gray there. So 7 seconds behind against a huge amount of penalties and around in the second corner. Let's try outside before we're going to be getting into the inside. For one more. No penalty cuts for just a little bit. And it just absolutely feels a little bit good to go, because all of a sudden we are absolutely pretty out of mind as well. And it looks like we're in 4th gear to 5th gear, and looks like we're just going to be out of our hands. And to take for just going to be trying to get strategy for something, let's all the way blast to 225 miles an hour, 1 minute and 27 seconds. Which is pretty faster than the GT1 LM cars. Now it looks like we're going to be getting out of this way to put in all the way for jumping out of this vehicle. If this is absolutely going to be too much as well, I'm just jumping out of the vehicle and let's get back into the garage. Right, the next one will be going to be driving for the Audi R18. So the good thing is, I must prevail them for lap times as well. That's going to be straight on throughout here. It's VTEC engine as well. We're going to be taking on to this first time. That show won't be rain for even much time as well. So if this is not absolutely work, but this is not going to be how trying to find about here for this strategy. So I made sure this won't have any penalties inside of their game. So because how I'm impossible it is going to be taking a little bit close, as the first sector might be just 0.9 seconds. Oh no, we just blast ahead of us. Now we just upper-handed for just as well. Looks like we just absolutely went out of their hands. But the bad thing is, this is not very good to do this. And I'm just going to be making a little bit slow. Make sure it's not feeling a little bit good at this. It's not going to be taking a little bit far, very bad at this one. As we're going to be taking closing in. As our previous lap times, which is bad. Over here. As we're going to be taking all the way up here as well. As we're not taking about for the 7 seconds up ahead for just a little bit for one rival. So it looks like we're going to be taking on the outside into our inside. Just remember, we're not doing for just out of corner cuts as heads. So let's still out for an outside for just as well. And we're going to be taking onto the outside as well. We'll be taking on the 5th gear, blasted away to gear 7. Into our insanely going to be exploding for just a little bit for one fleet of time. 220 miles per hour. We'll be taking 2 minutes and 33. So it looks like we're going to be taking a little bit slow and miss the first apex for our first turn. And a couple of ways that we're going to be absolutely using for a hybrid boost and hitting to 200 miles an hour. Just a little bit for a great slow like these miniature. 0.7 seconds. Behind against a little bit second. So before we're going to be making on to this one purpose. Now let's slide. We're going to be taking a little bit slow as 3rd gear. Hybrid boost for just literally right now. And blasted all the way to 7th gear as well. And let's going to be slowed down. I think this is absolutely going to be too much. And smashed down into the barriers. And that was even much more worse as well. And this is now going to be taken for a very good as much as mine. 3 seconds ahead of us. That wasn't a very good sign of lap times as well. And because that sounds not pretty good lap times. Because I feel I'm literally bad at lap times as well. And because of this somewhere over here, we're unable to try again for just a little bit. And the very bad thing is, we're unable to try again for this time. And because this is what happened if this is not very good at this well. And looks like we're going to be upper-handed for just as well until a few laps later. Yep, we're doing this again. Before we're going to be absolutely taking all over to this place and reaching up to 220 miles per hour. It's time to start for our very faster ignition for just a little bit more once. Now let's going to be slowed down, upper-handed for just a little bit too fast as well. Back into 2nd gear. Now let's going to be blasted all the way down here into 5th gear and trying to hit around for the 7th gear. 6 to 5 gears, and looks like we just absolutely made it a little bit perfect. And it's going to be something a little bit quite of just easy. It's not going to be very easy whatsoever. That sounds pretty hard for this one. And you remember at the beginning of the video, that was slightly hard for this way. And it's going to be taken for very hard ways and make more something a little bit even something very special that's going on. So it looks like I'm not going to be doing this again. We're just slightly doing for early braking. We're just going to be going up until we're having for a faster lap times as well. And because of this reason why, am I able to get for along with this one up to 233 mile per hour Porsche. We're going to be taking onto this up against well. And let's take it a little bit ahead. And I won't be able to get to do this like again. And it's not going to be telling him how. I just got to be a little bit better here inside of the 3rd corner as well. That's all the way blast down into 200 miles an hour. If this is not going to be to do so as well, 220 miles an hour, 1 minute and 24 seconds. That was pretty absolutely good as well. But the last couple of previous laps was absolutely necessary, but our previous lap times, our new personal best, is 1 minute and 24, and looks like that sounds pretty good as well. To beat 1 minute and 24, it's impossible, and that was very hard to do like this and get back into the garage. How very hard that we're going to be using for the Porsche 919 hybrid. It is time to do what is going to be taking around for domination. we're going to be using for the 2015 Porsche 919 Hybrid as well. And this is absolutely pretty quite an extreme loud. By using a Audi Realistic, sounds like a good idea. And because this is not absolutely going to be taking all the way, and all of a sudden inside of this vehicle, it's not absolutely similar that we're going to be doing out here. It's just might able to get screwed all over here. Inside of this kind of just a little bit, I think we're going to be passing the GT4 cars. We're only able to get a little bit passing on to this way. 4 seconds ahead, for just going to be gone 1 to 1. So if this is what happened, I'm going to be taking a little bit get down here. After re-ending for just finishing in Paul Ricard, using by Porsche 919 Hybrid, while batting with this going to be going on frame for just a little bit once. Now we're going to be tailing back into slow mention. Now taking for a little bit, we're going up into second gear. Now let's going to be speaking all the way into 2 seconds behind Owen, some kind of for a happy hander for just a little bit. It's up ahead for 2 seconds. Looks like we're just going to be going outside gear. It looks like we just absolutely made things a little bit going on. And to do like this one, it's going to be taking for using for an absolutely monstrous for just like these things. So I'm going to be using for a hybrid boost now. And it looks like we're going to be taking all the way into 200 miles an hour. We'll be taking on for our various top speed for 223 miles per hour. That's going to be taking for just a little bit for only one thing. I was overshot! The maximum amount of RPM is 9,000. We'll be subject to going to be reaching up into this time. We'll be blasting all the way around here to 230 miles per hour. If this is what absolutely happened for just a little bit of this time. So I'm going to be taking a little bit slow into gear 6. Oh no, it is absolutely almost overshot. It looks like we're just absolutely going to be blasting all the way around here. And we just slightly made it a little bit for this one. Until a little bit of 200 miles per hour. Until we just slightly, when things gone wrong, into our first couple of corners as well. So if this is absolutely going to be terrible for just a little bit find out. If one is going to be finding out until it's going to be making so much no fun as always, blasting all the way to some other kinds of laps as well. And slow down. Oh no, this is not going to be very nice. I think we're just absolutely good to go into the second gear. So it is absolutely not going to be very fine. I think this is almost going to be taking a little bit necessary. It looks like we just absolutely went on oversteer with just a little bit turn. Now it looks like we're just going to be doing a little bit of choice. I have no choice with this one. And it's going to be a little bit for a snacking on for just a little bit. I don't want to snap on the exit for just a little bit one time. I think this is absolutely what happened. Like I'm going to be guessing all the way around. Over 150 miles an hour. This is absolutely made for things a little bit once. And how very far is 1 minute and 26? I really don't think it's 1 minute and 25 as well. Almost 1 minute and 26. How that very impossible that I just gotta be using around this. The fastest of this vehicle wasn't able to quite to do like this. I'm unable to try again, but it's absolutely going to be maybe next time for this moment. So if you enjoy about this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. That was absolutely heard from the GT4 race cars. And because of this one exactly as... However, some other cars like this, the Porsche 919 Hybrid doesn't make even for faster lap times. Because due to bad luck for 10 years, that I won't be able to try again. So thanks for watching, that I'm going to be signing off. That I'm going to be talking to you guys all later, over and out.